You wake up every morning, and the first thing you do is check your phone. Messages, notifications, social media. You are looking for validation from the outside world. And this is exactly why you feel empty. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you spent an entire day alone and felt completely at peace? If the answer is never, then you are not in control of your life. You are a slave to attention, a slave to approval, a slave to people who don't even think about you before sleeping. The Sigma male is not a myth. It is not a character from a movie. It is a mindset, a way of living, a way of being. Sigma means you don't wait for anyone to complete you. You are already complete. You don't wait for anyone to motivate you. You wake up motivated. You don't wait for anyone to give you permission. You give yourself permission. Most men are herd animals. They follow trends. They follow opinions. They follow the crowd. And where does the crowd go? Nowhere. The crowd is always going nowhere slowly. But the Sigma walks alone, not because he hates people, because he refuses to move at their speed. They are slow. He is fast. They are distracted. He is focused. They are waiting for Friday. He is owning Monday. Do you understand? The moment you stop needing people to feel important, you become truly important to yourself. And that self-importance, that is the foundation of everything. You cannot build greatness on a foundation of neediness. You cannot build greatness while checking who liked your post. You cannot build greatness while waiting for a text back. Greatness is built in silence. Greatness is built in solitude. Greatness is built when no one is watching. And then one day, everyone watches because they have no choice. Now let me ask you something uncomfortable. What did you do yesterday? Can you remember hour by hour? If not, then yesterday is dead. And if too many yesterdays die, then your life dies with them. Time is the only currency you cannot earn back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose friends and find new ones. You can lose opportunities and wait for new ones. But time, once spent, it is gone forever. And still, most people treat time like it is infinite. They scroll for hours. They binge-watch shows they won't remember. They have conversations that go nowhere. They complain about the same problems for years. Let me tell you what premier use of time looks like. Premier use of time means every single hour has a purpose. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., you build your body. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., you build your mind. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., you build your future. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you build your relationships. From 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., you plan tomorrow. From 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., you recover. This is not a schedule. This is a philosophy. This is the belief that your time on earth is limited and you refuse to waste a single second of it. When you master your time, you master your life. When you master your life, you master yourself. When you master yourself, no one can control you. Think about it. Most people are controlled by others because they have empty time. Empty time means empty mind. Empty mind means someone else will fill it, and they will fill it with their opinions, their fears, their limitations. But when your mind is full of purpose, when your day is full of action, when your life is full of direction, there is no room for their nonsense. You become immune to distraction. You become immune to manipulation. You become immune to the chaos of the world. And that immunity, that is freedom. True freedom. Not the freedom to do nothing, the freedom to do everything that matters. Now, let's talk about failure. Because you will fail. Not maybe, you will. You will start something and it will crash. You will trust someone and they will leave. You will give everything and get nothing in return. This is guaranteed. Life guarantees pain. Life guarantees failure. Life guarantees loss. What life does not guarantee is what you do next. Most people, when they fail, they stop. They sit down in the middle of the road and they refuse to move. They blame the world, they blame their parents, they blame their circumstances, and they stay there forever. But the few, the ones who rise, they do something different. They feel the pain, fully, completely. They let it burn, they let it hurt, and then they ask one question: what now? Not why, not who, not when. What now? Because failure is not an ending. Failure is data. Failure is information. Failure is the universe telling you that this path is closed, so find another one. When a door closes, most people stare at it. They knock on it. They cry in front of it. They hope it will open again. But the Sigma, he doesn't look back. He immediately looks for the next door. And if there is no door, he builds one. That is the difference. That is the separator. That is why some people die at 25 and are buried at 85, and others live fully every single day until their last breath. So you failed. Good. Now you know what doesn't work. Now you know who wasn't real. Now you know what you need to fix. Failure is not a full stop. Failure is a comma. It is a pause, a breath, a moment to recalibrate. And after the pause, you move again. Stronger, wiser, more dangerous than before. Because failure doesn't make you weak. Failure makes you experienced. And experience is the one thing they cannot take from you. They can take your money, they can take your friends, they can take your opportunities, but they cannot take what you learned. They cannot take who you became. They cannot take the fire inside you. And that fire will light your way forward, even in the darkest night. Even when you are completely alone, even when no one believes in you. That fire is enough. You are enough. Now rise. You are not here to fit in. You were never meant to be like everyone else. You were not born to follow the crowd, to think what they think, to want what they want. To live and die like just another name on a list. You are here to stand out, to walk a path that others are afraid to walk, to ask questions that others are afraid to ask, to become someone that others will look at and wonder, how did they do it? And the answer is simple. They subscribed to Act Premier. Every day, we bring you stories, not just stories, blueprints, maps, guides, to help you become the man or woman you were always meant to be. So if you are tired of being average, if you are tired of watching others live your dreams, if you are ready to rise, then hit that subscribe button. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Because the person you are meant to become is waiting for you to decide. Decide today. Subscribe to Act Premier and become who you were always meant to be.